honest. I almost don't want to say anything, but as Obama said at one of his rallies, let's not get cocky. Let's make sure keep our eyes and ears open, because ready for any kind of funny stuff. But man, and this guy, I'm sorry, your channel name's hard for me to remember. T4. I have a hard time with numbers. T4705MB6, where you say that Obama is the same, Obama and McCain are the same heads of the same dragon. That may be well true in some respect. I mean, we have a political system, and in order for a person to rise up in that system, they have to play the game. And they're beholden to corporate interests and all that. But I still believe it makes a difference. It makes a difference on who is sitting in the White House. I used to believe that the country basically ran itself. It wasn't that important. As far as that's what I told myself when the first Bush came in the White House. And when Reagan was in the White House, that the stuff for the rest of us seemed to go okay. But I learned my lesson with George W. Bush. It does matter who's sitting in the Oval Office. It really does. Because if you have somebody that's incompetent and brings in a bunch of incompetent people with him, we can go, and which has happened, we can go to hell in the handbasket really, really fast. And, I don't know how to make it any clearer to people that think that voting doesn't matter or that Obama and McCain doesn't matter which one of them are in office. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The rest of the world will look at our country. And when we have Obama, Barack Hussein Obama in the White House, the rest of the world is going to see us in a completely different light than the way they saw us under George W. Bush. And if you've been paying attention, we're not isolated. We can't be isolated. We are part of the rest of the world. Where we screwed up was having a president that said we can go it alone. That was such a mistake. Just such a mistake. I don't know how to say it any clearer. That George W. Bush was one of the biggest mistakes. And look, I would not want to see anybody put to death or whipped or tortured. But the people that voted for George Bush both times really deserve a good head slapping. Really do. A really good spanking. What is wrong with you? And these same people that are like backing Sarah Palin that think we want more of this. We want more of this crap. It's just bloody awful. All right. So I'm hoping it makes a difference. I don't know how I drive it home. Hell, for some of my friends that were Ron Paul supporters, yeah, Ron Paul would have really shaken things up. I don't want to say whether in a good way or in a bad way. Some ways good, some ways bad. That's the thing about libertarians, at least for me as a liberal. Libertarian, liberal, they're sort of the same root word. We do have common ground in some places. Maybe we need a libertarian third party. That would be cool. I don't have a problem with that. But I can't agree with my libertarian friends 100%. And I think it has to do the same reason why I think differently than a right-winger, and I think differently than a libertarian, or I think differently than a fascist. I think it has a lot to do with personality. There was a scientific study not too long ago, came out recently, where they exposed people that profess themselves to be conservatives and college students, self-professed conservative, self-professed liberals. And they showed them different scenes and had them wired like for their lie detector type sort of thing. Measured, skin response and heart rate. Showed them various photographs, some pleasant, some shocking. And the reactions for the self-proclaimed conservative were more extreme. The photographs that showed something disgusting, their reaction was more extreme. And so basically, to me, a liberal, that was interpreted that conservatives are more fearful. That's why they love their guns. They feel like they need them because they're afraid, and that they see the world as a scary place. That's why they want laws. They want authoritarianism, And for a liberal, we kind of view humanity in a little bit more, less a fearful light. There's a little bit more optimism in us. That's what I see, the interpretation. The other interpretation is that conservatives see the world for what it is, and that we're liberals are all these like la-di-da, hairy-fairy types that don't see the world as a dangerous place. But, you know, look, everybody has their fears, you know. I fear fascism and authoritarianism. And I fear a weak government that can't take care of itself. The government's us. Don't you understand? The United States of America. We can't have a frail government. I'm not talking about a strong military. I'm saying a government infrastructure where our bridges and our roads and things are watched out for, you know, so we can feel safe. There's nothing wrong with that. Our economy. Dampeners on that economy. All right. I'm running out of tape. I went on really, really long. All right. Everybody have a good week. The Citizen Kong. I hope I feel better. I hope you feel better too, if you're feeling down. All right, cheers. Bye.